She's emotional, unpredictable, one moment laughing, the next, cold. She wants attention, then pushes it away. She says she's fine, but everything in her energy screams otherwise. And here's where most men fail. They try to fix it, they overtalk, they apologize for things they didn't do, they bend, fold, and over-explain, just to bring her back to calm. But that's the trap, because feminine chaos doesn't want more noise. It wants a place to land. It wants structure, direction, stillness. And the man who can provide that, he doesn't react. He doesn't overcompensate. He doesn't chase emotional stability by losing his own. He stands, grounded, clear, unshaken, and that is exactly what makes her feel safe enough to drop the chaos. She throws attitude, she tests your patience, she sends mixed signals, and every part of you wants to react, to fix, to defend, to ask, what's wrong? What did I do? But the Stoic man, he does something else. He watches, he listens, and most importantly, he waits, not with anger, not with passive aggression, but with complete control over himself, because he knows her chaos isn't personal, it's her emotional storm, looking for something stable to crash into. And you become that stability. Your tone stays calm. Your body language stays open but strong. You don't flinch. You don't fold. You don't feed the fire with more fire. And in that moment, she feels something she didn't expect. Relief. Not because you pleased her, but because you refuse to be moved by her mood. She slows down, her voice softens, her body language shifts. Why? Because feminine energy doesn't stay chaotic when it meets unshakable masculinity. Her nervous system feels it. Without you saying a word, she senses the boundary, the line, the place where her drama can't cross, and something inside her relaxes. Because for the first time, she realizes, this man isn't like the rest. He's not bending. He's not over-explaining. He's not tiptoeing around her mood swings. He's letting her feel her storm without drowning in it. And that's what makes her trust him more. Not because he tried to fix her, but because he refused to let her mood define him. And that level of emotional discipline, that's rare. That's magnetic. That's what she'll chase, long after the storm has passed. If you're the kind of man who chooses strength over reaction, hit subscribe and stay on this path with us. She starts choosing her words more carefully. She stops with the games. She lowers the volume of her emotions. Not because you forced her, but because your energy gave her no other option. When she feels your stillness, she feels safe. When she feels your boundaries, she feels held. And without you needing to say it, she knows. This is a man I can't shake, a man I can't manipulate, a man I actually want to follow. Because feminine chaos doesn't want a rescuer, it doesn't want a fixer, it wants a man who stands still while the world spins around him. And you're that man now. You're not running from her storm, you're not drowning in it, you're simply standing, rooted, calm, and in complete command of your own frame. She starts coming to you now, not for attention, not for validation, but for peace. Her texts shift, her tone softens, her body language changes. Because she's realized something. With you, there's no room for drama, only honesty, only presence. When she brings chaos, you don't match it, you neutralize it, you don't explain your worth, you don't negotiate your standards, you just exist in full alignment with yourself. And women feel that. They feel the difference between a man who reacts to their emotions and a man who holds steady until their emotions settle around him. Now she's not testing you, She's testing herself to see if she's worthy of your calm. Because deep down, every feminine storm wants one thing: a place to land. Now she starts showing up differently. She becomes more gentle, more feminine, more intentional. Not because you asked her to, but because she knows you won't tolerate anything less than emotional stability. You didn't lecture her. You didn't correct her. You didn't write long texts explaining how to treat you. You just lived it. You embodied it. Your discipline spoke louder than her drama. Your stillness overpowered her storms. And now, she feels something she rarely feels with men: safe. Safe to be soft. Safe to surrender. Safe to trust. Because she knows you won't lose control when she does. You won't panic when she spirals. You won't fold when she tests. You'll just stand exactly where you've always stood. And that's the kind of man she knows she can't afford to lose. Now she starts giving more attention, more effort, more vulnerability. Because when a man holds stillness long enough, the feminine energy around him adjusts. She starts checking in more, starts making plans first, starts asking questions like, "Are you okay? Are we good? Do you still want me?" But you don't jump. You don't over-celebrate her shift. You appreciate it. But you stay grounded. Because you know, her change in behavior isn't your victory lap. It's just her nervous system finally trusting your leadership. You don't punish her for her past chaos. You don't bring up old tests. You simply accept the shift, like the calm, centered man you've always been. And that response, it makes her invest even more. Because now, she's not just chasing your attention, she's chasing your respect. You didn't fix her. You didn't chase her peace. You became it. You didn't react to her chaos. You became her anchor. And now, she knows this isn't just another man. This is the man she can't shake. You didn't demand respect. You inspired it. You didn't need control. You embodied it. And in a world full of loud men, you stayed still. You stayed centered. You stayed unmoved. This is the Stoic path, where masculine stillness isn't passive. It's dominance in disguise. Remember, the more you control yourself, the less she'll try to control you. Now let me ask you this. What's the biggest mistake men make when they're facing feminine chaos? And how would you handle it differently next time? Drop your answer below. I'll be reading every single comment.